All right, what is going on, good people? Back at it once again, another review. This time, NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. One that we, of course, before we get into it real quick, if you haven't watched the show and you want to watch the show, but you feel like you're lonely when you're watching the show, we did a live reaction yesterday, so you can watch the show with us in the past. But technically, we still be live reacting to it at the time that you're watching it. So technically, it still works. Okay, it still works. So if you want to do that, it's out there on Facebook.
There's some tables in there with erectile dysfunction. I mean, there's a lot of weird things that happen in the show that we talk about.
The greatest table spot ever.
The greatest table spot ever.
But that must have been the table that John Cena went through, because of course you can't see him. But anyway, moving forward, NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. For me, overall thoughts, real quick, before we get into the actual factuals of everything. My overall thoughts, I thought it was pretty good. Besides the two tag matches, I thought the two tag matches were a little but other than that, I thought it was pretty good, personally. Especially the women's tag match was a little the men's tag match was slightly above so that's how I felt about that one.
So it was meh and not eh?
Right.
Okay.
You got the tears. But nonetheless, by the way, before we get into everybody else's overall thoughts, of course, as always, if you want to listen to us, Snapple Podcast, which is trademarked by us, Apple Podcast, which is not trademarked by us, Spotify, and Anchor as well, and any other listening platforms, we're probably there. YouTube, if you just hate Facebook, you can watch it on YouTube as well. But nonetheless, Casey, to you, what are your overall thoughts on the Vengeance Day takeover of the NXT and Florida?
Damn, Florida.
It's the world in Florida. Sure. Again, it's an NXT show. It's a solid show. You know, it popped us. It did. It popped us. And if you want to see us get popped, not like that. Not like pop, but like pop. Then watch our live react, and you'll get popped.
What about popped
or pop?
We got Pringles.
Yeah,
we popped and we could not stop.
Man,
I'm just saying.
Let's go to Jugger McNuggets.
That's Juggernaut for you. I really enjoyed the show. I mean, like, you know, I'm gonna say what Casey just said. You know, it's NXT. You know, there's no bad takeovers. I mean, that's crazy.
That's not even what Casey exactly said. You're supposed to say exactly what he said. You said you were gonna false advertisement, Justin. False
advertisement there.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're
right.
But no, there's no bad takeover and stuff. I mean, it's crazy. Like we talked about this many times before. It's crazy. Like you look at NXT and you look at the main roster. You know, like why can't the main roster do this? Put on these great shows. It's crazy. But no, it was a really good show. I enjoyed like every single match out of this show.
Okay. Adam, overall thoughts?
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and particularly that was the first time I think that we had done a true, genuine, minus sleeping at the wheel on my end, live reaction. Folks, just wait till the finish of the show. You will not be disappointed. This man was out. Yes, this man was out of his mind with two, and I mean two, of the lines of the evening. One, hence the name right here. And a certain love of a certain gender in many quantities up to 30. I'll just say that. But no, I really enjoyed this. I mean, usually it happened here. Usually there's always that one match that's kind of, as we said, meh, just by default. The ladies' tag match was not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It was just a little, and they were sloppy in some spots, but I'm not going to condemn them. It is what it is. In ballet, nobody's perfect. I loved Gargano and Kushida. Like, I still can't get over that Spanish fly into the armbar, whatever the hell that was. That was tremendous. Yeah, main event was great. You know, for anybody that just likes straight up pure wrestling, you'll love the main event. And takeovers always kill it. It's hard. It's hard to beat. Only 5 matches. The night breezes on through, and I always leave wanting more, which is what you want in your audience.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of, let's jump into the women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic finals, which was Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon and Adam.
I was just doing Dakota's babyface thing. She always did come into the ring.
I want you to give your rendition of Shotzi Blackheart.
Shitzy Blackheart.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Old Shitzy. Booger head.
But yeah, like you said, I mean, it wasn't bad. I think it was just like the outlier of the night in a way. I mean, And I think it could have been too, like, lack of chemistry between the partners, you know, whereas when you go to the men's side, of course, MSK or the Rascals, as I like to call them, have tons of chemistry. And the Grizzled Young Veterans, who look kind of old, have been, you know, they've been teaming for a while. So, you know, they got that kind of chemistry down pat now. But
would you say they look old like Casey?
True. Yeah. Facts. Fact, as Tyson Kidd would say. But I mean, the opening match was good. It was kind of weird because, you know, Adam was talking about it in the live reactions last night. It felt like the roles were reversed in a way. Like, of course, Dakota and Raquel were the heels, but Ember and Shotzi were acting more like the heels in certain things that they did. And even the celebration at the end was a little face. For whatever reason, it was kind of weird, but nonetheless, I mean, I think it's cool. What do you do with because if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but typically, doesn't the winner of this get some sort of title shot?
Yeah, they get a title shot at Nia Jax, or like they get a title shot.
So they're doing the
tag team.
Gotcha. Okay, so they're doing the main roster tag team. Okay, that makes sense. So that
because it can't be defended over all 3 shows: NXT, SmackDown,
right,
and Raw.
Right. So that'll be interesting, and then it also makes the team of Raquel and Dakota Kai interesting going up against them because, I mean, I think Raquel could hang with them, but I don't know if Dakota would hang with them per se in terms of just like, of course, Nia is my whole, and Shayna is a beast. So, yeah, that's the most memorable thing from Nia. Appreciate that, Nia Jax. But nonetheless, Casey, what were your thoughts on the opening contest?
You muted.
I was going to let him go through this entire.
You know, that's his thoughts on the match. Those were great thoughts. I loved it.
You are muted.
He's talking to himself.
He says his name is Mute.
This is the one time he can talk to himself without looking creepy. So, I mean, this is good tips for everybody here.
I mean, he's doing his best R-Truth.
And that was my thought. What did you guys think of my thoughts?
It was amazing. I loved it.
That was an excellent class in ventriloquism. So
I think that should be Casey's. I think that should be Casey's thoughts every podcast.
Anyway, these guys are assholes. I love you, Shotzi. Fuck.
Yes. Yes. I have gotten Shitzy over. I have gotten her over.
Yeah, I thought the match was okay. The psychology was off, especially the face and heel dynamic was completely from the beginning was just off. It was weird. Because I didn't even feel like Shotzi and Ember were really heels. It felt like more like tweener. And, you know, Raquel and Dakota felt face the whole time. Like, I don't know. And I don't necessarily see them winning the women's tag team titles. I see, you know, a good match obviously is going to happen, but I don't see them winning. I don't see any way that they win believably. But I kind of want to see what happens now with Shotzi and Ember. Because now that you actually kind of put them in similar like gear, they kind of felt a little bit more like a tag team. So if you want to push them and, you know, actually make them a real tag team, I would be behind it. But again, like we've been talking about, you know, this whole time, I don't like when they just throw two people together and be like, you're a tag team now.
Did they feel like a DX Light? Oh, that was other.
No, I think DX Light was a little bit later. But I like DX Light though. I do.
Generation X-ish.
I feel like the match was the match was kind of sloppy at the beginning. Like, I feel like they were trying to set up their, like, it took too long to set up their moves and stuff. And like the chemistry didn't really connect with them. But there was, towards the end of the match, I kind of was getting into it a little bit more. Like, there was this one spot that Ember took on the stage. That was really cool. Or was it Ember? I can't remember who it was. It was either Ember or Shotzi. It
was Raquel to Ember that shoved her off the stage.
Yeah, and there was this one where they looks like they were going to go through the stage. I can't remember who that was with.
I think that was Dakota.
It could have been. I don't know, but either way, that spot was really cool. And I definitely agree. Like, they were acting really tweenerish. Like, they were arguing with the ref a lot. They were, you know, coming in and, you know, like distracting the ref and stuff. Like, what the heck? Like, did they just do a double flip here? Like, I did not understand that. But I mean, the match was all right. It wasn't bad. It was just like DJ said. But yeah.
Okay. Adam?
Yeah, and again, it was fine. It did pick up a little bit at the end, but yeah, I mean, what we're talking about, there's a spot where Shotzi and Ember did the thing where the ref's distracted, you make the switcheroo and you act like okay, no, we got the tag, but the ref called them on it. And normally throughout time, it's like, okay, I'm gonna let you have this one. It was not parallel to each side, because on the surface you're thinking Shotzi and Ember are the faces and Raquel and Dakota are the heels. And eventually it became a little more level, but it was just bizarre psychology. And then with the celebration afterwards, like I didn't understand. I would have just had that in the ring. Or they say, screw the confetti. We don't want that BS. See, we got the trophy. Now let's get to the back. Let's go party. But yeah, so some of the stuff. And again, it's not. You're never going to hit a home run with every match on a takeover, and or in this case where, you know, like Raquel and Dakota have that chemistry with, but Shotzi and Ember we're just off just a teeny bit, but you know that's fine. But maybe that in turn eventually, you know, they turn into a program themselves. We shall see. Yeah, I don't foresee Raquel and Dakota winning. And
I think Raquel's a beast, though, right? Like
she's
like
a beast.
If they get, and that's what I hate about like main roster booking a lot too. Like I know that Nia is sloppy. Like I know that Tamina is not the greatest, but like some of these power wrestlers you can still use in good ways. And I don't think it's like a difficult thing to do. Like it's not that hard. Like even with Braun, when they tried to go like against the grain with Braun, we were like, no, just let him get these hands and beat people up. That's what I want. Thank you. Leave it. There we go. That's it. I don't want anything else.
It's simplistic booking. And not to mention, you listen to the crowd, they still pop for powerful moves. Whether it be, the power save, whatever, though, just that collective ooh. And yes, I understand that it's in a fanless setting, but you'll see the guys on the monitors react to a big move. So it's in simplistic booking. Just again, make them dominant. Just particularly if it's somebody of smaller stature, just let them impose their will, and go on with it.
Well, I mean, think about how much people pop for Raquel and Rhea Ripley going at it. With those two being taller,
you want to see them beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, so like again, it was fine, sloppy in some spots, but hey, luckily in terms of that, they got that out of the way with it being the first match. But yeah, no, this was fun.
Oh, real quick, I do want to throw this in here for speaking of sloppy. Speaking of sloppy and lazy booking, we got the promo debut of L.A.
Stupid.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Dummy!
Just keep him as Eli Drake. And they're gonna let him do his thing. That's the funny part. That's what's funny to me. They're gonna let him do his thing, but then not let him keep what made him anyway.
Why do they keep
real quick? Any comments on the comment below?
Braun is one-dimensional. They don't know where to go with him. I think it's just a matter of who his dancing partner would be. Because you can do anything with Braun, but they've beaten us to death with him versus the Fiend, and then after that, there's really been nobody for him. The only guy I can think of would have been Lars, but they just let him go.
Yeah, I agree that you kind of got to do. It depends on who you put with him, and it depends on kind of how you book him. Because it's not like Braun is Goldberg, where you're going to put him in there for 5 minutes and be done with him. Like Braun's going to wear you down and bruise you up a little bit. And I think, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like for some reason, if they ain't flipping, it ain't going. And like I don't know what it is. Especially more so with the fans, not even necessarily the booking. It's more so the fans who want to see who claim to want to see. Oh, I want to see all these flips, but then when you flip too much, it's too much for you. So it's like what I mean. I've always said, if I was a wrestling writer, how in the heck am I pleasing these fans?
You can't please everybody.
You can't. I've been seeing it all day of the polarizing viewpoints. AEW sucks, WWE sucks, blah blah blah. And
you can't please.
Stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. Watch what you like to watch. Whatever. Don't worry about the other program.
But appreciate the comment.
I mean, if you like watching WWE, let that person watch WWE. If you like watching Impact, let that person watch Impact. Like, just don't criticize people. I mean, have respect. Like, it's not even just in wrestling. Like, have respect for what people like to do. Like, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Casey.
At the end of the day, you talking shit about this company or that company isn't going to make their fan base like them less.
Right.
Because fans are just like what they like. Like, I remember back, when Lucha Underground was big, and DJ and I loved it, and there was people that used to talk just so much shit about
how it was. That's where that came from. That's where that whole thing from the intro came from, was Jim Cornette. Remember, we did that video.
Well, and not even just Jim Cornette, but people would talk crap about it, and it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. That didn't make us like it any less. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're wasting taking your breath saying, "Oh, you know, this company sucks, that company sucks." Like, I personally will not go out of my way to watch AEW. I will not. But then again, I'm not going to talk down about it. I'm not going to say you shouldn't watch it. You know,
just my personal feelings.
Yeah.
Or like people, or like take Impact for example. Like go like, oh, Impact is going to die. People like Impact sucks and all that. Like
you've been saying that for 20 years now, and they're still running.
They outlived WCW.
These are facts.
Any thoughts on L.A. Knight? Anyone?
L.A. No.
L.A.M.E.
It's just terrible. Like lazy. It's lazy for calling him LA Knight. Like,
well, and I think the thing is, like, you could have literally just used another 3-syllable name. Yeah, I mean, I understand you want to own everything. I get it. Okay, we made Eli Drake famous. I understand that. I completely get it. But just give him a 3-syllable name. It's not that hard.
I mean, perfect example. Boo T Meats.
Boo this man. Boo this man. My goodness. But I don't understand how. Again, Bobby Roode was able to keep his name. AJ was able to keep his name. EC3 was allowed to keep his name, and that came from Impact. I don't know, but like he's gonna be fine. I'm not trying to bury him
as long as he doesn't go to the main roster.
Well, and that's the thing, but we don't know. We don't know. I guarantee you, he probably said, as long as you let me do my shtick with the finger waving and like whatever he does in the ring, that's fine. And he goes, okay, you're not. I'm not going to win with you in terms of the name. So you want to basically hit people over the head with basically a setting and not a name. LA Knight. Why don't you said 5 p.m. rainy outside.
Oh goodness! But hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping we'll see more of him soon, though.
But that's the thing about him; like, he'll get it over.
Yes, he will.
He'll get it over.
Yeah, he will.
I'm not afraid that he, it's gonna like bury him or anything. It's just a stupid name.
I mean, it won't be the first. It's not the first. It won't be the last.
It won't be the last.
Because they've had some really dumb names. But anyway, moving forward to
watch when he gets into the main roster. If he does get the main roster, let's call him Knight. That's all they call him, Knight.
They could have.
LA. Who's this law?
They could have called him West Lee.
Look, they're gonna be like, "Who's this law?" He's gonna be like, "I'll put you in La La Land." Yeah.
No. And then he gets introduced by Steve Harvey every time.
And he joins the Lucha House Party.
Where the hell is this storyline going?
Hey, hire us, WWE. Hire us.
NXT North American Championship match: Kushida versus Johnny Gargano. This match here.
Am I the only one who halfway through this match? And this isn't anything against the match. This is how good the match was. Am I the only one who halfway through the match forgot that it was for the North American title? Because I was just like, this match is awesome.
No, yeah. that is facts. It wasn't until afterwards and they gave Johnny the belt. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess this was for the North American title.
But let's start with Adam. See what he thoughts are on this.
Yeah, this was absolutely amazing. It was like everything I want in a match. It was believable. It was legit, if you will. I mean, the one thing that we said that I still am scratching my head on it was Kushida dressed like it was going to be a street fight, and it was just straight wrestling. It was like it's like if John Moxley moved to Japan and shrunk, and thus came Kushida.
I kind of like that he kind of wrestles in. At first I was going like, "Oh, why is he wrestling?" Like, I never really kind of liked him wrestling in jeans, but it kind of takes away from your typical Japanese wrestler. Because you go look at Japanese wrestlers, like they're not wrestling in jeans and all that.
But true. But my thing is, like, for the last 20 years, we've been abused by X amount of wrestlers that have wrestled in jeans. The Cena in the gym shorts, Moxley with the tank top and jeans, DDP, and I'm like, and I'm not. I can't say I'm completely against it. It's just like, can we have some originality? It's like
hey, well,
wrestling attire is okay.
I'll tell you this though, on the bright side, at least he's just not a generic Japanese wrestler like they try to do all the time. Because I swear, they love that gimmick. They love insert nationality here. Okay, just be that. Yeah.
Well, Vince is very good.
Vince is really good. That. And you're a heel, by the way.
Vince is really good at making every nationality the typical blueprint of that style. Like even though I am surprised that he just doesn't have the sombreros on the Lucha House Party. I mean, they did that with the Mexicools. They were riding out on a riding
lawnmower.
Terrible.
But I don't know. I mean, Xia Li with the little fan thing. It's like what are we, Vince, Paul? What are we doing? What are we doing? I just I don't know.
And sometimes it's okay to let them show their heritage. But sometimes it's just when I'm talking about over the top, it's like over the top stereotypical.
Right.
That's what gets me. I'm like,
but not only that, the one time it worked where they did that in reverse was Shinsuke when he turned heel, and he went to Renee and he was like, "Sorry, no speak English," and the crowd was like, "Oh!" But then every single match from there, he had to kick everybody in the ding ding. But not the ding ding. His fingers. We'll get to that soon. But no, this was amazing. Again, I cannot get over that Spanish fly flip over from the top rope. And Johnny, come here. You are from Cleveland, my man. You are from Cleveland. What is you doing wearing Wolverine attire? Okay. We got to have a talk, sir. We've got to have a talk. Anyway, I'll forgive you this one time.
Casey, were you saying something? I thought you were going to say something. Okay. All right. Let's go to Justin.
Booty beats.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, hey. No, but this
booty meats.
Yeah.
Going into this match, I wasn't expecting it to be that good, which this match was really good here. I really enjoyed it. This was I wasn't expecting to be really technical and stuff. This was really technical match between both of these guys.
This is NXT, right? This ain't like the main roster. I
mean, I knew the match was going to be good, but I wasn't expecting to be that good. It over-exceeded my expectations for this match.
Okay.
But I like that spot like you talked about, Adam, with the whole going into that arm breaker off the top rope. That was nice during the match. And it's crazy, seeing Johnny Gargano, even as a heel and stuff, as a chicken shit heel and all that, he still puts on amazing, technically great matches and stuff. And this was the same here. It was really good. I mean, even with, Austin Theory, getting abducted before the match, I thought that was funny. I mean, there is a theory that Dexter Lumis captured him. I mean, there's a theory about that.
He took over his Twitter, by the way.
He took over his Twitter. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw that.
I actually did see that. But no, it was a really good match, and it was fun. I mean, good job.
Okay. Casey, thoughts on the North American title match?
First of all, with the whole Kushida thing, like, I don't know why he was wearing jeans.
He's a time splitter.
While at the same time, it still made sense with his gimmick, because his whole gimmick has always been like a Back to the Future kind of a thing, and it fit the whole like Marty McFly.
No, it didn't. He didn't wear the life preserver in the match, bruh.
Right.
I mean, you can't lose in a life preserver.
Right shoes. Doesn't even have the right shoes. God. And his jacket doesn't fit him like automatically. Like, come on. No. And the 3D Jaws doesn't come out in his entrance. Oh man.
Shark still looks fake.
WWE, hire us. We have so many ideas. So many ridiculous ideas. But again, like I said, this was just a really good technical match. Like, this is why I love when NXT lets guys that can work together fucking work together. Let them do what they can do. And again, I don't know if Kushida and Johnny have ever worked together before WWE. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
They may have in some indie somewhere. But I mean, it was like they'd worked together for years. And again, like I said, I completely forgot halfway through this match that it was for the North American title. Like, I didn't even care at that point. Like, but just a really good match. And you don't hate me, sir. You don't.
Yeah, I agree. This match was awesome. I mean, it's kind of the whole, like, watching this match was like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, the whole time, like the whole time.
I also like that spot where Kushida was going for the, like, when he was that run on the stage and like he took out his arm. That was nice.
On the arm, yeah. And
yeah.
even the telegraphed leaping DDT that Gargano does. Like, I saw that a mile away, him doing it on the floor, and I didn't care. It was awesome. He stuck the landing.
Yeah, when he did it on the stage, yeah, that was epic. But yeah, I mean, they just put on a really good match in this one. It'd be interesting to see how they continue this. If they continue this, they probably will. Kind of what they do exactly. I almost wonder too, at the same time, with Dexter Lumis, him getting involved with Austin Theory, is that going to push him towards the North American title at some point in some way, possibly too. But I mean, like we said, this was a really good match. One of the probably match of the night candidates, you probably could say. I feel like, if not the match of the night, it was. I mean, really good. But I think the next one was the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals, MSK and the grizzled, young, old-looking veterans. Still a good match. Good to see MSK. I like them a lot. Dez still does some things that make me say, but how though? But how he do that though? So I mean, he's still I missed them being the rascals, but
you little rascal.
but I did miss them being the rascals.
Why those rascals in the ring, Jerry?
I because I don't know what MSK's gimmick is yet. And I don't know if we got a chance to see it yet because
they're like a rascal. They're like a rascal gimmick, or DX, yeah, with the night sticks.
DX Light, but yeah,
they were the DX, but it's grown up.
I would love to see I would love to see them do their own little segments though, like they kind of do with the Treehouse segments. It doesn't have to go that far, I guess, because it's WWE, but it would still be cool. Those were hilarious in Impact, but I think they should do it to kind of give the fans a different way of looking at them. I think that would be cool to kind of have their own little thing that they do, because I think that separates them from the rest. Instead of just doing normal promos or normal stuff like that, they have their own. I mean, of course they do them every once in a while, but they have their own little way to convey their message. I like that. It was funny because we were talking about how who was it? Vic Joseph was like, I don't think we've seen this side of Wentz or whatever.
They've been there for like 4 weeks.
Right. Like, of course not. But I mean, it was a good match though. They did a good job of kind of making it feel like it could go either way. But I think at the same time, we all knew MSK was winning this, definitely.
What about the Road Warrior spot?
Oh yeah,
yeah. With the Doomsday, into the Tope Suicida, that was nice.
Mamma Mia. Crazy.
Yeah. Mamma Mia! With Mauro Ranallo saying that. No, it was. I mean, they must have a lot of faith in MSK, for debuting them in the Dusty Tag Team Classic and winning the whole thing. Like, Triple H must have a lot of faith in them, because I feel like they're going to be taking the titles. Like, who knows? Could be during WrestleMania weekend.
I mean, have you seen them before?
They are over.
Do you not have faith in them?
And it's still crazy that they never signed the best person out of the Rascals, Trey Miguel. He's the best. And in my personal opinion, he's the best. I mean, he's
the best singles person out of the Rascals.
Yeah, there you go. He's the best singles person.
I feel like I read something about why he didn't go to WWE. I don't remember what it was, though.
No, but it was a really good match. I mean, really fast-paced action from MSK, and you had more of like a old, like, what do you say? Like an old style, like more of a
grounded game.
Yeah, more of a grounded game, because they are grizzled and they're young, and I mean, they're old veterans, like, so they wanted to have more. They don't want to do all these flippity dippity type of stuff.
Hey, they're grizzled middle-aged veterans.
There you go. No, but I also like that kind of finisher that they do. It's like a neck, like it's a heart attack, like into a neck breaker. That's pretty cool. But no, I'm happy that MSK won though. It was a good match.
Also, the celebration made sense.
Yeah, it did make sense. Yes, for a face team, yeah, and it did make sense.
Casey, what was your thoughts on the Dusty Classic Finals? Finals, as you'd say.
Finales. Oh, you're right. The finals, the semi-finals and the finals. We need to bring that back. They need to do more tournaments, so we can, so I can say the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the finals with Zack Sabre Jr. and Kata Ibushi. Again, from the beginning, I knew MSK was going to win. They literally just short of said, hey, these guys are winning the whole thing. Like, they telegraphed it so well that you were like, part of me, I love MSK, but part of me wanted to see the grizzled young veterans to win just for that surprise factor of like, oh my God, just because I knew MSK was going to win. But which didn't take anything away from how good the match was at all. But I'm definitely excited to see where they go from here. They also get a tag team title shot, right? I believe.
Yeah.
So that would be cool to see. Maybe if they win the titles, that would be cool. But either way, they're definitely going to be a really good team, really pushed hard by NXT, and then make it to the main roster. And well, we know what happens there. Back to Impact.
Adam.
Yeah, well, if they go to the main roster, then their name will be KSM. So just switch it around, just for kicks and giggles. No, this was absolutely such a fun match, and to go off like what Justin was saying, perfect styles. You got the high flying, modern day high flying version of like a Rock and Roll Express in terms of that style, the faster, fiery young baby faces going against a team that can do those moves, but they have more of a ground and pound game to slow them down, bring them to their level, cut the ring in half, good old school tag team wrestling. And then they started getting more into some gaga, like the spot where, and again, sometimes I hate those telegraph spots where you could see it a mile away. Dude, James Drake, I believe his name is, or we called him cosplay Brian Myers. He gets hit in the gut, and he lays down on his hands and knees like in a schoolboy position, and they did that spot where dude jumps for a backflip and the dude pushes him for a shooting star press. That was cool. Like we just mentioned before, the Doomsday spot was incredible. But what from MSK? What's the black guy's name? The man bun.
Wesley.
Is he Wesley?
Yeah. Say, is that Wesley?
Desmond Xavier.
Well,
better name.
Get a better name, please. He got a little zealous and took out his frustrations or his excitement on the commentary table. And unfortunately, fortunately for us, but unfortunately in the women's match later, it came into play. We will get to that soon. But no, this was incredible. The right team won. It was exactly how we played out. Heels win the first one. This time the faces are going to win. So yeah, this was incredible.
All right. I lost my spot on who was next. I really did.
I think we all went.
Okay.
Yeah,
just making sure. Just making sure. All right. Moving into the women's championship match, which Io Shirai, Toni Storm, and Mercedes Martinez. After rewatching the match, or rewatching the highlights at least, Mercedes Martinez has been held down for far too long. Darn it! Why? How did she debut in the Mae Young Classic and hasn't even sniffed NXT yet? I don't understand. I'll never understand it because I liked her back then.
And I'm happy they took her out of Retribution because I was so.
Was she in Retribution?
Yeah, she was.
Oh, really?
And then they took her down back to NXT.
Was she Slap Mayo or something? What was her name?
I don't remember because
P.O. Box. What was it?
Retribution is the pure definition of why those guys don't even know what the hell a gang is. T-bar. Whatever. Slapjack. It's like, no. Teapot.
Teapot.
Yeah,
tea out of the teapot.
They need real names like LA Knight.
or booty meat.
Facts.
Or table ED.
This table has got erectile dysfunction.
Speaking of, because I'm sure people are curious, Justin and Adam, let people know what, and give your thoughts while you're at it. What
Adam, you want to go first?
Okay. So there's one spot in the match, and let me just say, I finally a little bit ago stopped crying of laughter. This spot was so great. Toni Storm is about to. I can't remember if she had Io or Mercedes. I think she had Mercedes.
Toni Storm had Mercedes. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's about to. I'm assuming.
Yeah, she was clearing everything off the table.
Clearing everything off the table. It looks like she's about to give her finish to her, or at least some type of slam onto the table. And you saw the table start to go. She literally tapped the damn thing. You see the table start to go, and it just collapsed. And Toni just had the.
She looked like, what the fuck is going on?
Are you
serious?
Are you serious? Are you serious? And I'm like, that table knows how to take a bump.
Yeah, she was
too much of an oversell, but.
Yeah, Toni Storm, she looks so lost. She's like, "Oh, what do I do?"
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what do we do now?
She's like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm still gonna put her through this table, even though it's broken."
Or as Justin said, I want Tony to win because of all the booty meat.
And the reason why, I said she got that the reason why the table broke, because it's all that booty meat. And then I said that table has erectile dysfunction.
And me and Casey were peeing in our pants of laughter. Like, where did that come from? Are you suffering from ED?
She has a broken table.
Are you table suffering from ED?
That table is flaccid.
No, but the rest of your thoughts on the match?
But yeah,
that was
overall, just the table did not have a boner anymore. It just went plump. Need a little Viagra. No, we need we need another Viagra on a pole match. For the table, bro. And as Casey said, I had suggested that maybe we do a thing where we watch a Vince Russo shoot interview, and every time he says "bro," we take a shot. And Casey said, "I'd be dead," because it's literally every other word. But no, in terms of the match, I would have liked to have seen Mercedes win. And I think me and DJ were on that train just because, again, I mean, nothing against Io. I mean, she's great. I mean, I'm not bummed that she won, but it's just like that's one element where, like, okay, we need new. That's why I'm glad like an MSK won and stuff like that. Like we need some fresh blood, especially in the title picture. Yeah, but this was fun. They worked their asses off. And then we got the calamity with the table spot, so I was satisfied.
Yeah, I thought the match was really good. I was Io Shirai, it's crazy how long she's held the title. Like she's held that since May. And I wonder who I think she's gonna be facing. I think she should defend it against Raquel Gonzalez, because I feel like that's the right person to take the title off of her, because she's just looking so strong after beating Rhea Ripley. She just looks really strong right now. Yeah, exactly. But no, this match, as regards to this match was really good here. I feel like it was between more of like with Mercedes and Martinez and Toni Storm doing more of the work, and basically Io Shirai kind of just selling most of the match. But I did like that spot she did, like where she kind of like climbed this jumbotron pole or whatever it was. She climbed that and like she dived off of that. That was pretty cool spot. Yeah, the high beam. There we go. She jumped off of that. That was pretty cool. And I like the ending of the match where it was basically it was Mercedes and Martinez and Toni Storm. They were kind of like going pinning each other back and forth, and we saw out of the picture we see a moonsault. Io Shirai hit a moonsault to win the match. Like where did Io Shirai come from? Like we didn't even see that. Like her
EOKO out of nowhere,
right? And of course, then we had our whole, funny spots in the match, like cracking up during that. No, but it was a good match.
Oh, sorry, I heard. My
bad. No, but it was a good match, though.
My thoughts on the match, I like you said, I thought it was good. I was hoping and rooting for Mercedes, and then I was rooting for Toni,
and then you was rooting for Io.
Just broke my heart. No, I like Io, but I'm ready to move on from Io. Somebody, anybody. But I mean, I thought it was good. It was definitely good. I like triple threat matches. They always bring some excitement because you never know when. And there was some good camera angles too with some of the breakups and stuff like that. It was funny because we were kind of joking about it. Like, remember that time when WWE was like, "Hey, it'd be a good time to put the camera where you can see them break the pin up, or see them coming to break the pin." Like, stop it. So that, I mean, the camera angles I think were good for the most part tonight as well. But definitely a really good match with with these three. Kind of makes you wonder who will take the title off of Io, because I mean Mercedes looks like it makes sense, but at the same time, I don't know. But Casey, your thoughts on the women's championship match after you gather yourself?
I hate you, Adam. I hate you so much. You guys pretty much got all the points. It was a great match. Love the table spot. Best table spot I've ever seen. And the wrong lady won. That's the only issue I had. Freaking why? Why does she still need it? Why?
To make us ask questions.
I feel like that's the only thing that's keeping her like relevant at all. Like nothing against her, but like if she, as soon as she drops the title, they're gonna drop her, and like she's just gonna flounder in the mid card until they release her.
Don't say that.
Moving on to the main event, Finn Balor and Pete Dunne for the NXT Championship.
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne, yes, sir. This match was awesome too. Finn, like I was hard on Finn at first because sorry, I knew you'd laugh at that, but I didn't like Finn a lot. Maybe I should say it that way. I didn't like Finn a lot because Justin is 12. I didn't like Finn very much when he first was in WWE. Even in the main roster, I didn't like him that much. But he's like grown on me. Yes, that got me. That was over right there. That right there, that's what it was. I was sold. I was sold. I always liked his entrance though. I always did the whole with his entrance every time. Yes. Even though I didn't like him as much, but nonetheless, I mean this match was amazing. Finn's, and Casey had posted about this on Facebook, but Finn's selling was awesome in this match. The fingies. Pete Dunne was doing his whole joint manipulation gimmick. Just to the very end, Finn's just like, my fingers don't work anymore. And that was good.
I'm not quite sure to do with my hands.
But I mean, this match had it, was very like gritty and grimy, and even like Finn tried to get in on the joint manipulation game too, like to kind of combat Pete Dunne, which was cool.
Wait a minute, real quick. You just said grimy. It made me think, how have we not talked about the Vic Grimes, or not Vic Grimes,
Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes is Vic Grimes.
Oh, the music video?
The music video. My Lord, so much chest hair. So much chest hair. He puts me to shame.
He's hilarious.
He is. MTV Cribs.
Cameron Grimes and Otis tag team. Make it happen.
Yes, Eddie. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's also a son of a bitch.
T
meat. Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, Booty Meats also works at Arby's because we have the meat.
Good night, everybody.
They need you in that commercial where they're like, "What are you thinking?" Bing. Booty meats. Everybody heard of Bootios. What about a little thing of booty meats? Instead of them throwing pancakes, they're just throwing out booty meats everywhere. You get the booty, and you get the booty.
When are you gonna make it? When are you gonna make that T-shirt? You making that T-shirt yet?
Oh my God! How many T-shirts do you guys want?
We want all the shirts. We want
all the smoke. All the shirts.
Trademark. We got Google. We got the Twins.
We need to start like a Teespring store and have just all these random shirts that make no sense to anyone else.
Yeah, but we get, and that's all that matters.
Oh man. But yeah, final thoughts for me on the main event. I thought it was good. We'll jump into the ending, I guess, as well. With the Undisputed Era helping out Finn originally, because the freaking Pat McAfee's goons.
Tony Lorcan.
What are they called? Did they have a name?
No,
they're just
don't.
they're bald guy and British guy.
Tony Lorcan.
Pat McAfee's boys, and not like Dalton Castles, but similar. They attacked Finn Balor after the match, and Finn had no use of his fingers. Finn had no use of his fingers, and Adam Cole, as they were kind of celebrating in the whole thing, Adam Cole super kicked Finn, then super kicked Kyle O'Reilly, and Roddy was like, yeah, he was the gift.
Yeah, the Spider-Man gift.
And while we're at it, Pat was right, and
Pat was right. It must suck to suck.
But I mean, it was an awesome ending. All of us collectively were like,
oh,
yeah, because I think
Justin was first to react.
Yep.
We were all just a second off from each other.
It was like the cheering wave.
But Casey, what were your thoughts on the main event and the aftermath of said main event? Finn retained, by the way.
Again, this and the North American title match, both matches, the title could have not even been on the line, and it would have been you got your money's worth. These guys work amazing together, and now it looks like we're gonna get a Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole possible feud, which we've seen in Ring of Honor. And if you've seen their matches in Ring of Honor, oh, you are in for a treat.
You ain't ready, bruh. You ain't ready.
Oh my god. But it's gonna if WWE lets them go at it and just do what they know they can do, it's gonna be 5-star matches. I guarantee it. But anyway, Finn selling again, amazing. Like the selling his hands the entire time, did not stop. A lot of guys, and this is one of my biggest pet peeves, is after the match, guys will stop selling. You know, if your opponent was working on your shoulder the entire match, or your hand the entire match, or whatever, why would you stop selling after the bell rings? Why would you stop selling when you're walking back to the, like, it doesn't make sense. And he sold those hands and those fingers the whole time. And it was amazing. And then, the super kick at the end was incredible. And then the second one on Kyle, I was waiting for a third one.
We were already marking out about him selling the fingers. Like we had already gotten our fix in. Like, we were good. Yeah. We were content at that point.
If that's how it went off the air, we would have been like, this was amazing. This was amazing.
And then we heard Justin say, "Oh!" And we were like, "What?" And then 2 seconds later, we were like, "Oh!" So we all got it. Yeah. I'm glad he didn't say anything. I'm glad he just kept it at "oh."
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit!
I know that, and everybody needs to go back and listen to DJ's commentary, because this was 15 minutes of not the fingers.
Not the fingers. Not the fingers. No. It had my fingies like this today all day. I just got over it. I
don't really know what to do with my hands.
I've officially chewed them off.
Justin, what were your thoughts on the main event / aftermath of said?
Yeah, this was a great match. Like good pure wrestling. Really. Joint manipulation by.
That's what they call wrestling down here in the South.
That's what they call wrestling.
SSLIN, that's wrestling.
That's so true. But no, with Pete Dunne doing his whole joint manipulation, working on them phalanges, because I tell you what, you just start stretching your fingers out, like start doing that, like it hurts a little bit, like because your fingers are like one of the most sensitive like nerves in your body. And yeah, we're talking a little bit. We're getting on a little bit about anatomy now.
Okay, no. Justin with the fingy science.
With the fingy science, yes, exactly. That I'm gonna start, telling facts about the body now. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we got a special guest.
Jesus. I'm afraid I'm gonna give you facts about the upper torso, and then I'm gonna talk to you about toes.
Dr. Justin.
Yes. Justin.
Wait. Dr. J?
Dr. J into his.
I want to see Justin as a doctor and as Dr. J. I think we need to see these things.
He's slamming basketball with a white coat.
No, but it was a really good match between both guys. I mean, they were both selling each other's moves really good, and even I like when Finn Balor, he was kind of like, it looks like he was like knocked out, but he made it to the ropes. Don't do that like that.
We do apologize. You were absolutely right.
and I mean, I think doctors should be ashamed out there. Like the medical doctor should also be ashamed right now.
Hey, I got a brain up here. I could be a good doctor. I could save your life. I could save your life.
We are all screwed.
You're all dying. You're all dying. But no, it was a really good match. I like that when Finn Balor, he looks like he was, passed out and stuff, but he made it to the ropes, and the referee looks like he was gonna, kind of, call off the match her. But no, not Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, he just went, slapping him in the face, hitting him in the face. It was amazing. It was good. It was a good match. And of course,
Britt Baker has been blowing us up since we made that statement. DDS.
But no,
Isaac Yankum.
Isaac.
Miss Creature.
But with the ending of the match, with Undisputed Era, looks like they were helping out Finn Balor. With Adam Cole turning, super kicking. I go, holy shit, man! Adam Cole just turned on the Undisputed Era, and then turning on Kyle O'Reilly.
He said that word.
Yeah.
True that.
True that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought that we got another super kick for Roderick Strong, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And
for the record, he called himself a doctor. We didn't give him that credit.
Roddy is just too strong.
The one thing they didn't do was clean off the trophy because it was too dusty.
It was too dusty. God dang.
Sorry.
Also, when Finn Balor took out Pete Dunne's mouth guard, I'm like, bro, no, that's COVID, dude. We got COVID to worry about.
We all were screaming that. We're like, COVID, man, COVID. Throw that shit away.
Throw that shit away. And thankfully, he threw that shit away. He threw it away. It could have landed in the crowd for all we knew. But no, it was good. Really, really good way to end the show.
I wonder, is that why Eric Young stopped spitting in the crowd? Anyway,
or stop. Well, who was it who spits on their hand? Oh, that's Sam McCallahan.
Yeah.
He
used to spit in the crowd too. But Adam, thoughts on the
one man who doesn't spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool anymore, so that's a positive.
Well, no, that can you imagine The Rock today laying out them punches? No, yeah, this was absolutely sensational. From the transition into the moves, it was believable. It was heavy. Pete Dunne early on, then it kind of became even. And again, the selling, we cannot put this over enough. The selling from Finn Balor, even when he was having the ref put the belt on his waist because he couldn't strap it. It was perfect. It was absolutely everything I want in a wrestling match. And I will stand by this. Finn Balor is top 5 workers in the world right now. I don't care if I get flack on that. I firmly believe that. And this is just solidifying that Finn needed, if he was going to do anything coming back from his hiatus, he needed to go back to NXT to elevate them. And he's been nothing but perfect as the champ. Like everyone's been a knockout, no pun intended. The couple matches had with O'Reilly, this match, I'm still giddy over that match. And in our commentary, watching it together, it was perfect. And then the aftermath was that's how they need to end their shows. Not these stale,
have us wanting more.
Exactly. Not the stale, stare downs and like, all right, folks, we'll see you next week. I'm like, no. Nitro was perfect for that. Where they left you with mayhem. There was Sting coming from the Raptors, taking out the NWO. Get us to watch more. I can't wait till next week. If you're gonna watch one match from the show, all of them are good, but one in particular, it's this. Watch the match and watch the aftermath.
Real quick, Sarah. Thanks for the heart, by the way. But nonetheless, yeah, I agree. This show was amazing. And it ended perfectly where you're like, all right, I want to see what's going to happen. I got to see what's going on. And they've done that the past couple of weeks with even having Edge tweet about going to NXT. It made you want to be like, well, let's see what it is. Let's see if he's actually going to be there. Let's go. Let's see. But I still think they still need to make sure that don't use Twitter, but not too much. Like, don't tell me he's going. Just let him hint at it, and then
just let him go.
We'll let him hint at it. Then WWE's like, is Edge going to show up at NXT tonight? Easy money, easy. I'm like, okay, let's see if Edge is going to show up at NXT, and then be disappointed when it doesn't. But still, okay, it's not
anticipation, pal.
But nonetheless, any Justin?
Yeah. So speaking about kind of what they got coming up in future, it's gonna be surprising what they do for WrestleMania and stuff this year. Since it's a two nights this year again. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some NXT superstars at WrestleMania, like the NXT Championship defendant.
You think they'll have a takeover that weekend?
I wouldn't think so with having 2 nights of WrestleMania. And this can help elevate the WrestleMania card because, especially for last year, having Rhea Ripley on there, defending the NXT Women's Championship. I mean, that elevated that that made the show so much better. So if they do that again this year, I think that could make the show a lot better here.
Yeah, I think so too. And I hope that they don't have Edge face Finn Balor for the NXT title.
I actually wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind it, but the only reason I say they don't need to anymore. He's already set his eyes on Finn Balor. That elevated the title enough. That's it. That's all you have to do. That was literally all he had to do was go to NXT and give Finn a little credit. That was that was it. Like he literally doesn't have to do anything else. Now everybody's like, wait, Edge went to NXT to see what Finn's doing? Yeah, NXT's got to be like that. That's all they had to do. And that's the crazy part, that it's that simple. But
excuse me, sir, he came to see Pete Dunne too.
Yeah, Pete Dunay. Yeah, you're right.
Actually, he was there to see his wife.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was. But see, Sarah's here. I told y'all. I wasn't just screaming Sarah for no reason.
Show up at Mania because these new Raw stars and Strow's requires. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
You think speaking of while we're on the subject, you think by the time WrestleMania's in LA Knight will be on the main roster to bring it in?
Could be.
It's got to be in the main event, right? If it's gonna be in LA, he's got to be in the main event.
But
wait, when's WrestleMania gonna be in LA? In 3 years?
Next year.
Yeah. Or 2 years.
Yeah, because he's gonna be in LA. Next year, and then Hollywood the year after. I think it was.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But nonetheless, any final thoughts on the NXT Takeover Vengeance Day?
I'm just excited that we had Dr. Jizzy and the Hizzy.
Good night, everybody.
That's all, folks. Yeah. All right. I think that'll do it. I think. I think. I think. Yes, Sarah. This is what we gotta have. Bow Wow versus Bad Bunny.
No. I will quit watching The Business if it happens.
They'll do it.
Sarah, when are we?
Yeah, I heard Rikishi was training Bad Bunny.
Sarah,
if that's the case, all I want is that 3-hour vignette of Yokozuna at the buffet. If you're gonna give me Bow Wow versus freaking Bad Bunny, and what is it with these animal names? Little Chipmunk.
Bad Bunny.
But as always, if you want more of our discussion, laughs, funniness stuff, whatever Justin does, whatever Casey does, sometimes.
I heard that Sarah's bringing us all to Mania next year.
Oh, really? Okay.
To Dallas?
Pray tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if Sarah's paying, I'll be there. If Sarah's paying, I'll be there.
If you move.
I mean, because I brought her to WrestleMania Access a couple years ago, and she said she'd pay me back. So
and when you pay somebody back, you pay them back in double. Yeah, you're right.
Well,
you're right.
It'd be like quadruple actually.
Hey, we do the travel package, the ICWP.
No, she's doing it the expensive way. She ain't doing the travel package.
Expensive?
She doing
expensive.
What? ICWP 38.
Lord
Bucket.
Almighty.
ICWP 38.
Damn. Okay. But as always, if you want to listen to us, this will be up on the listening platforms some way. If you already are listening to us, Facebook, YouTube, if you want to watch. Facebook, YouTube, if you want to watch.
See, truth, yep. See,
hey, it's right there.
See, but you can't take just truth, because she might mean our truth, and sometimes our truth don't know. Well, she's paying for us. She's paying for just. Yeah.
She's gonna take us to a different show. Suck on, wrong show.
Some random indie show in North.
We're going to $5 wrestling.
She's gonna take us to Bound for Glory. That's what's gonna happen. She's gonna take us to PMG.
She's gonna take us to Wale Mania.
Sarah, why'd you take us to the wrong show?
And Sarah, why is there a banana on my bed?
By the way, if you want to listen, all those other platforms we mentioned earlier, Ankle, Snapple, Ankle.
Y'all back.
Hurt your ankle.
You'll find us on Ankle and on Snapple Podcast.
Yes. Yes, but
Dr. Justin will tell you all about the ankles.
But if those don't exist quite yet, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, you can listen to us. YouTube, Facebook.
I make your ankle hurt.
Shout out to Kurt Angle's new podcast.
I'll make
there we go. That's what that was.
God bless America.
Tonight, just tonight.
Tonight, is this your first time dropping in? This is with the assist of no narcotic, no booze, no nothing. That's what I said, nothing. N-U-F-F-I-N, nothing.
No.
Nothing.
All right. So I said all I'm gonna say because I obviously can't say even what I want to say. So, nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, stay in the business. Coming soon. Discussion by us people. We'll see you on that one. By the way, appreciate everybody coming by. I'll mention the commentaries real quick. Ed Day, Sarah,
let me else do the ending.
Joshua, or Binky, as I like to call him. He don't like that. Adam was in there.
Oh wait, no, he's gone. He's coming. He's coming.
I don't know how Adam was in multiple places at once, but whatever. But nonetheless,
I sent that like 45 minutes ago. I know now popping up.
No, it was up there. I just didn't get a chance to put it up there.
Gotcha.
I forgot about it too just now. But definitely hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, we're gonna have more discussion for you guys. Once again, shout out to Binky. Appreciate it, Eddie. But definitely appreciate everybody coming by. Give us a like, give us a share with your friends. Don't put it on a shoe and throw it no more. We ain't doing that. That's old news. But we'll see you guys on the next one. If you old school OG to the podcast, you know what I mean, Casey.
On the flippity dippity.
Oh yeah.
Booga booga booga.